Hello everyone, welcome to a tutorial for setting up Monster of the Week in Roll20 by yours truly. I'm Oni, let's start. So let's begin. First is what an introduction to Roll20. Roll20 is an online platform for playing tabletop role-playing games such as Dungeons and Dragons, Pathfinder, Warhammer, Fate, Powered by the Apocalypse, Monster of the Week, Masks, etc. Cool. So Roll20 offers an uh, interactive game screen where you have real-time live communication with your other players all around the internet, basically. So, and this can include voice, video, and audio and text chat, all within the interface itself, though it is generally what most groups use some sort of voice communication software like Discord or TeamSpeak or whatever, and then use Roll20 for the rolling interface. In Roll20 you have a basically like real-time rollable dice with like proper random number generation and stuff. They're like in their documentation you can find what sort of like random numbers they use and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, Roll20 offers that experience. Uh, it is a subscription based website, but they do have account creation, and using the basic interface is free. For example, you can see here I have a free account. It's the free version. You just registered using an email with confirmation. That's it. And look at how many games I've been, and these are not all. There's so many more. So yeah, you can play games, you can do stuff. It's great. It's fantastic. So we're going to use Roll20 to play Monster of the Week. This is Monster of the Week. Monster of the Week is a game written by Michael Sands, woo, and published by Evil Hat Productions, woo, based on the Powered by the Apocalypse system. So, Monster of the Week essentially emulates the storytelling archetype of supernatural investigative TV shows, or fiction, or books, or movies. For example, things like Buffy, Supernatural, um, Dresden Files, words, Men in Black, Hellboy, X Files, etc., etc., Scooby Doo, etc., etc., ranging from serious to comedy and everywhere in between. That's Monster of the Week. Monster of the Week relies on there's information here and you can check it out and all that jazz. So this is just a brief introduction to Monster of the Week. Cool. Uh, Moving on to, so what we're going to do in this tutorial video is we're going to go over how a wannabe keeper or GM or game master for Monster of the Week. In Monster of the Week, the GM is replaced by keeper. It's the same thing. It's just a word. Say you want to run a Monster of the Week game. You've been enthusiastic about the system, but you've also heard some things about Roll20. Maybe some of them good, some of them bad. But like you're not sure whether how difficult it would be to set up an actual game in Roll20. It's very easy, and we're gonna go over that right here, right now, how to create a new game. So let's start with registering an account. You need an email to do that. Once you do that, boom, your account is ready, and then you can click the home page, and then you come to this page itself. I know I just reloaded the page. Don't judge me. If this is your first time here, then this would be empty completely, and you can just create a new game or join new game. So we're not going to worry about the second one. We're going to go over the first one. Create new game. Boom. So okay. So this is the new game creation section. Give your game a name. So let's call it informative and stuff. So let's call it my first Monster of the Week game. Cool. You can give it tags like Monster of the Week, Supernatural, Sci-fi, Scooby Doo, because why not? Alright, so before you create game, you go down here and you choose a character sheet. Character sheets are inbuilt character sheets in Roll20, and these are actually user defined. Users create them onto the Roll20's GitHub repository, and Roll20 then adds them into the game, into the website. So it's pretty cool. So let's go. Sorry, let's search for monster of the week. I was searching for evil hat. It's the same thing. So monster of the week. There are actually as you can see, there are seemingly three sheets. We have monster of the week by evil hat, monster of the week by evil hat productions. These two are the same, obviously. These two are the same, obviously, and we have monster of the week. Okay, these are actually just two sheets. Evil Hat and Evil Hat Productions lead to the exact same sheet. I don't know why there's two listing there, but this one is the old one. This one was created by the users, and I was also one of the latest contributors who updated the sheet like tremendously. Not to brag, but recently Fred Hicks from Evil Hat worked on this and created a so much more badass sheet. It's so good. It is so powerful. And that's what we're going to go. So just choose that. Hey, it's my name. Yay. And this is a preview of the sheet. You can also provide feedback at Evil Hat if you want to. There, your character sheet is ready. You don't have to choose any modules because you don't have to. And then just create a game. Boom. You can if you want to. You don't have to. Some of these modules are free. Some of them are buyable on the marketplace, and that's it. All right, so this is your game. Your game is ready. You can drop a picture file here if you want to. I don't know if you want to. Let's you know what? Let's just have a picture file come up. Like let's just drop a picture file because why the heck not? Let's go here. Let's say we want this. Boom. Alright, so that's gonna load. So while that's loading, we can set up everything else, like what game we're playing. So if you search Monster of the Week, there isn't anything here. What is there is Apocalypse World System, and Monster of the Week is called Powered by the Apocalypse. So this is actually what the umbrella term for games like Monster of the Week, Masks, Sprawl, Monster Hearts, etc. Still like that. You can set up your next game's time. You can just set up whatever time we have. We don't need to worry about that. And we're just gonna save. Well, I mean it automatically save. You can also add like description of the game. Description for this tutorial. I wrote tutorial. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Also, it's taking some time to upload. Not sure why, but whatever. Write your own here. We'll provide an example later. Cool. Save changes. And I don't know if that page file loaded or not. It didn't. It doesn't matter. Let's dive right into it. All right. So we're gonna when you click launch game, it's going to take you to the game interface, game editor interface. It's called the editor because that's what the page is actually called. It asks for permission to use your webcam or microphone. I'm not going to bother with that. All right, so this is the game editor window. So the first time you load up this game editor window after like creating an account, Roll20 provides a tutorial, a small tutorial. I strongly suggest you go through that tutorial. It takes like 5 to 10 minutes to actually do that, so it shouldn't take long. So once you're done, it gives you a thorough idea on how to roll. For example, like how you can do rolls. Like for example, that's a roll. Boom. You can also make other things like you can have turn trackers, you have dice icons, you have help, you have fog of war thing, you have movement, you have magnification, you have drawing freehand shapes or whatever. You have multiple layers. There's just explanation on that tutorial. Go do that. It also gives you an example of what these tabs are because these are different tabs. The first tab is chat, where we are right now. The second tab is your assets. You can buy assets and they will be here from the Roll20 marketplace. You also have assets from your library that you have uploaded. So as you can see, I have uploaded a lot of pictures for my various games and all the assets are here. Very nice. Then the third page is the journal tab. Your players won't be able to see this tab, so they will go directly from chat to journal. This is where you add character sheet, handouts, and folder. We're gonna go over this one by one. This is the jukebox. You can play some music in the background, some cool music. These are macros for setting up roles. These are the settings. Cool. I'm actually going to just disable this for the moment. You can just hit reconnect and it automatically does that. Cool. So that's it. Let me look at the order of the thingy. Alright. So next up is creating character sheet and handouts here. So folders create, well, folders to keep the character sheet and handouts in. So let me actually, alright. So let's call, we got car sheet. For you can give them whatever name, you can rename them whenever. Let's have another one. Let's have another folder called mysteries, because we will be creating mysteries. Cool. All right. So now how to add handouts? Handouts just provide information. You can have a picture here. You can write down information. So let's say um, there's a vampire. Cool. Stop the vampire before it murder kills everything. Also, there's crows, there's ravens everywhere. I'll explain why that is there. Alright, so this is information about the mysteries. So let's put it under mysteries. You can create a character sheet. Alright, so when you create a character sheet, Roll20 automatically generates a random name. Let's call it character 1. It's cool. We can put that character sheet under that corresponding folder. Cool. So yeah, so what is the character sheet? When, like, see, there's a difference between the handout and the character sheet, and that's these three things. Character sheet has three tabs: bio and info, character sheet, and attributes and abilities. Bio and info, just information of what you write here. So it's like bio stuff. Bio stuff. Cool. Character sheet is where things get interesting, because this would be different depending on what character sheet you loaded in the game. So, for example, we loaded in the Evil Hat Monster of the Week character sheet. This is what it looks like. Okay, so there are, in Monster of the Week, there are multiple playbooks. You're, as a player, you can choose them, and the game will automatically switch to that section. You can also choose it here. So let's say we choose, just choose one. Cool. So now, as you can see, these are all the various things. You can go through the Monster of the Week website to find out what these actually mean. There's like free downloadable instructions on what these are, and we're not going to go over that. We're going to go over the other thing, which is, well, this is how you create character sheet and handouts. Cool. Now the character, car 1, is mundane. Let's give them a cool name, like Manny the Mundane. Don't judge me. I can see you judging me. Don't do it. Okay. Alright, so next up, what we're going to really focus on this tutorial is how to create a mystery. Because until this recent update, the updated character sheet by Fred Hicks from Evil Hat, there wasn't any way you could do that. You would have to, like, track your mysteries yourself. So using like your phone, or a like a notebook that I don't have because I don't use paper, or a Google Docs document, or Google spreadsheets, or MS Word, or your corresponding just text files. I don't know. Just, it was kind of annoying creating a new mystery. You need to, because there's like stuff. There's a lot of stuff to do about that. So yeah, so the recent update added an in character sheet, like right here in Roll20, in the character sheet, you can create a mystery. That's what we're going to do. So let me open up my PDF. Woo, PDF. All right, so this is the procedure for mystery creation. Mystery is created using the following elements. So we have the concept for the mystery, the hook that gets the hunter's attention, the main threat, the bad guy that's causing all the nonsense. We have other threats, so it could be, threats are generally what is called like anything that stops you, or like literally anything that can be a threat, or doesn't have to be a threat. It's just any other item, that any other instance that is not the player character or any item is called a threat. So NPCs, locations, everything is considered a threat, even supernatural phenomena. So there's a big threat and there's mini threats. These are mini threats. And then we have the mystery countdown. What happens if the hunters never got involved? How things would progress, well, retrogress or regress really badly. Like how the mystery would become really, 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 really horrible. So, all right. So the mystery that we are going to be using as a tutorial is this one, Dead Man Walking by Mark Tigert. Mark Tigert has given me permission to use one of the mysteries from their blog at the Cats of Tindalos. All of the relevant links are in the description, by the way. This Google Drive. And after going through some of the mysteries, I have chosen some of these mysteries actually ended up in the official supplement Tome of Mysteries. So some of them are already there in a better format, like this one, 8027018 or stuff. So we're going to deal with Dead Man Walking because A, it is freely available for everyone. Tome of the Mysteries is not, and you can just literally look at this. Literally look at this. I just downloaded this, so I have it in as a PDF. Up, sorry, right here. So I have it as a PDF, so I can easily copy paste stuff. Cool. All right, so we're going to create this mystery, Dead Man Walking. Let's go. Let's create another character sheet because the mystery creation toolkit is available in the character sheet. So let's call it Dead Vampire Walking, just to make it a little more crazy. Okay, cool. Dead Vampire Walking. We go to the character sheet. We choose Keeper's Mystery Sheet. And now we have a mystery creation interface. So let's go. Alright, we're just gonna copy paste. So as you can see, the concept of this is that there's a vampiric revenant. So it's a revenant style vampire that wakes up from the dead, that tries to suck someone's life essence, and when they're completely drained out of their life essence, they become another revenant. So it's like a zombie concept, but as a like a zombie style vampire concept. And we're going to add more pizzazz to it to make it more interesting and also go through all of the exciting tidbits here. So let's get started. So first is the concept. The hunters investigate reports of a dead man walking seen after dark and fog around the Tucky Ranch in the fictional town of San Marcos, California. Boom. All right. Next up is the hook. As you add this, you'll see that this thing is getting filled up. This wasn't here before, and now it is. So cool. Sorry. Here. I just have so many files open down here. It's just wait. Are these not visible? Yeah, they are visible. All right. So okay. Next up is the hook. Hook is a local homeless veteran died in a storm drain adjacent to the Taki Ranch and has risen for unknown reasons as a vampiric revenant. Well, there goes the neighborhood. Cool. You can write etc. hook stuffs if you really want to, like other stuffs, like say, I don't know, one of the say Manny the mundane is Manny the mundane's friend, Danny the NPC calls them for help. There we go. Manny the mundane's friend, Danny the NPC calls them for help. Brilliant. That's a good hook. So yeah, when you hide there, now it looks so nice. So like we have a concept, we have a hook, we have a player, like one of the player's character is already attached to the hook. That makes a stronger hook, that there is some like actual like in character justification that the hunters will be there. All right, now we need to add the specific elements. So if you go here, so these are like the keeper moves. These are like the load of the vampiric revenant. We don't need to worry about that. We need to go to the next page, and this is where all the information is. So let's start writing things down. So we need to add like a type. So what is this threat? This, like the first threat, obviously the big threat is the monster. But let's go over the countdown first, because the countdown gives an idea of what will happen. So okay, so countdown has 6 steps. We have day, shadows, sunset, dusk, nightfall, midnight. These are things that would happen if the hunters are not around. Okay, so the moment the hunters get involved, obviously this countdown is completely ruined. But the countdown is still important because it gives keepers an idea on what would the threats, what would the monster, what would the supernatural phenomena, what would the NPCs, what would they do in reaction to the presence of these PC hunters. Hunters is just another term for player character in this, because you're monster hunters or mystery hunters or whatever you want to call it. So okay, let's go. Let's see what our thing is. So we have the countdown says that cowardly neighbor sees monster and flees scene. We're gonna actually instead of countdown, let's start with the monster first. That just makes it easier. All right, here. So the monster is a vampiric revenant. Cool. What is the description of the vampiric revenant? It's a reanimated corpse with vampire fangs that drains blood to continue its undeath. Oh, that's not good at all. That's just bad. So it's the devourer type. There are different types. You can let me actually show you. So mystery creation, different types of threats, different types of phenomena, different types of minions, different types of bystanders, different types of locations. That's our creation. All right. Cool. So yep. All right. So it wants to consume people. Cool. Now we can add the powers. So as you can see, we have two powers here. We have consume. Any harm committed by the revenant is absorbed to fuel its own existence. So if the vampire revenant bites Manny the Mundane, they are going to heal themselves. And also victims drained completely over several nights will rise as another vampiric revenant. There goes the neighborhood again. God damn it. God damn it. Alright. There's another cool power, which is also why I chose this mystery, because it's not a regular vampire. This vampire revenant breathes out and is always surrounded by an enchanted mist when active. Alright. Hunters must roll plus weird if they breathe in the mist. 10 plus mist. Okay, so this is the sleep mist situation. Alright. That's always cool. Alright. So next up is attacks. So these are its two powers. So attacks. There's actually another power that I'm going to add very soon, but later. So let's up we have bite, one harm, blood drain, etc., etc. Okay. This last one is unimportant because that's just this mystery is not going to last for 1 month, multiple months. But like if it does, if your mystery does, then by all means, do it. We're going to have say another attack because they're having a sleep mist. Let's have a sleep mist spray. Sprays sleep mist onto an attacker in melee range. The hunter must immediately roll to resist the sleep mist. Cool. Okay. So this thing doesn't have any armor written. We're just gonna give it a little bit of armor because it's like a weird thing. So let's call it a one armor unholy. Alright. So now for weaknesses. So we can have like up to 6, but obviously you can add like multiple weakness in a single line if you don't have that. So we have the weakness as fire, magic, decapitation, and daylight. We're just gonna go over. We're gonna remove magic because I think that's like too obvious. If you have like a magical group, obviously if you don't have a magical group, then obviously magic is a good thing. All right. Next is daylight. It always depends on how you tailor these mysteries to your campaign, to your particular campaign. Okay. Next, harm capacity. That means what is its health. You put this to 0, the thing dies. So it says 7. We're gonna go with 8 because it's kind of strong. It's kind of unholy. It's kind of dangerous. Let me turn on the AC again. Cool. All right. Custom moves. There we do have a custom move actually. We have two custom moves. We have resist sleep mist. Resist sleep mist. So this is when you breathe in normally or you get sprayed onto and then immediately have to roll to resist sleep mist. There we go. We also have another one. No. All right. Okay. And if you want, you can put these options here. Hold on. There you go. There we go. And fail will cause the thingy. There we go. Ooh. Sorry, I forgot to delete. Okay. And the next role we have is tracking. When you attempt to track the vampiric revenant. Okay. We also have options here. So we have on a 10 plus, we have find the grave. Very nice. Obviously, you can completely forego any of these options, but uh, you can also role play the entire thing. There we go. Okay. And lastly, it will retreat after the chosen visiting and drain after all right. Cool. There we go. Awesome. Any other notes? Well, I mean, you can write down stuff like stuff about vampiric revenant lore. So let's just add revenant lore. They like to doot. Doot. There's a reference to obviously it's a reference to Doom. All right, so vampiric revenant, cool. That's our monster ready, but that's not all we have. If you notice here, if we add another one, there are other things. So we have minions, we have bystander, we have location phenomena, and a text block. So this is what the phenomena looks like. We don't have a phenomena in this mystery. This is just a text block. We're gonna go over minions. Now this mystery doesn't have any minions as written. But remember when I said there's a vampire and there's a lot of ravens everywhere? We're gonna have a murder of ravens. A pack of 13 ravens, because unlucky numbers, that are used by the vampire for scouting victims. That's a cool power. That's a great power. Like, when was the last time you saw vampires control ravens and not bats? It's just so special. You're such a special boy, man. So go over here. You can see that this typically fits the scout motivation. So that's great. So powers. What is the raven's power? They swarm. Swarm is a good power. Attack the same target at once. That's terrifying. You have 13 ravens just like dive bombing you. That's awful. Cool. Next we have attacks. This just peck. They're birds. They're literal birds. Okay, one harm. That's it. It's just peck. Okay. Let's say there's another attack. This called caw. This is when they caw like all together at one target and just making them nauseate. So we're gonna call it zero harm. Irritating. So it irritates the target. It causes them to, God damn it, crows, get away from me. Kind of like that. All right. They have no armor. These are literal barbs. All right. Zero armor. They have no armor. Just don't write armor. Done. So weaknesses. These things are mortals. They're bards. Okay. They're just bards. Yeah, they're mortal. Just kill them normally. Harm capacity. These are bards, man. They're like have 2 harm. Just shoot them real hard and they just die. That's literally it. They're just barbs. Barbs, don't be mean. Alright. So okay. Barbs are cool. Don't be mean to barbs. Alright. Next up, we select the next one. So we have selected monster and minion. Time for bystanders. Woo! And we actually do have information on bystanders. We have 3 bystanders. We have attractive rancher, we have police officer, and we have noisy and cowardly neighbor. So they're the same neighbor, obviously. So okay, let's go over one by one. So first we have attractive rancher. So let's give them a name. Say let's call them Atray Revan. Attractive rancher. You get it. Don't judge me. Sorry, Varen. Attractive rancher. Okay. Description. Attractive rancher. Type and motivation. Victim. Victim. Harm capacity. So this is just a regular. Normally, you can justify that hunters default have 7 harm, 7 HP basically. You can justify that maybe humans have Saban baseline, or you can just justify, well, my hunters are badasses, they have more. So let's just give this boy 5. Cool. So no custom move, but there is an information. We have Atri will confess to having weird dreams of a zombie in the fog. All right, that's a note. Atri will confess to having weird dreams about a zombie in the fog. Brilliant. Wonderful. We have Athrei Varen. Next up, we are going to go for our second bystanders, who is a police officer. Let's call them Paul Sief. Police officer. Okay. You may judge me. You may judge me. You are welcome to judge me. They are a skeptic, and Paul thinks the whole thing is just a Halloween prank by teenagers. God damn it, Paul! You're literally everything that's wrong with this mystery. Just everything. Just damn it, Paul! Do your job better. Is all I'm saying. All right. Next, we have another bystander. It is the cowardly neighbor. So let's call them Carl Baron. Cowardly neighbor. Cool. They are, if I recall correctly, a witness. They have seen things. I seen things, man. Also, I just realized I forgot to give the Paul any harm capacity. Damn it, Paul. Okay, let's say Paul's a police officer, so Paul obviously has a bit more training. Clearly not at investigative, but at least he could probably do better at like not dying. Let's say you also have 5. Sure, why not? Because you're a normie boy. Normie boy. Now, what have you seen, Carly neighbor? You have seen Carl. Carl can actually provide a good description and help. That's great. Good job, Carl. Good on you. See, you can help people, even if you're cowardly, even if you're the Shaggy of this mystery. You can still help. All right. So you got Carl Barron. Very nice. Okay. Next up, we have locations and we have countdown. We're gonna do locations first, then we're gonna do the final countdown. Yeah, boy. It's the final countdown. So you got Taki Ranch. Taki Ranch was a hub. Yep. So Taki Ranch is a hub. So where the Revenant prowls. The Revenant prowls here, boys. Cool. That's just the information. Let's add more. Another one. Ooh. Let's go. We have another location. We have the Storm Drain, which, if I recall correctly, was a death trap. It is indeed a death trap. All right, death trap. So where the homeless veteran turned into the Revenant. Some bad juju here. Some bad juju here. Investigate. Okay. Cool. Alright, we got some bad juju in the storm drain. You go there. You figure this out. You make sure nobody else rises again. Done. We're mostly done, but we have one thing remaining. That's the countdown. And countdown is the big deal. The big kahuna, as they say. No, nobody says that. I say that. I just said that. So let's start with this. So we have Carl who sees the monster and flees scene. So obviously countdown starts with the first step already filled. The day has already taken place. This is before the events of the day is what brings the hunters in normally. You can change it for your game at any time. So Revenant rises and prowls. Carl sees the monster and flees scene. Damn it, Carl. You're so cowardly. Just so cowardly. So when you do that, there's this nice little table that pops up. It's very nice. Very well made. Approve wholeheartedly. Alright. Next up. Teenagers also witness monster but blame recreational drugs. Dang drugs. Drugs are everything that's wrong with this mystery. Well, other than the Revenant that's gonna kill everyone. That's gonna kill Athrei. Oh no! They were so attractive and now they're dead. Well, their attraction was a bad side because they attracted the wrong kind of attract. God damn it, I'll stop. Paul investigates and rules everything a fact. Damn it, Paul! Damn it, someone is literally dying. A person is literally dying, Paul, and you can't even do your job. I'm, I'm, I'm embarrassed at you, Paul. I'm not even embarrassed. I'm just disappointed. Okay, Paul, I'm not even embarrassed at you. I'm just disappointed. So, Athrei dies. Just great. Becomes the next Revenant. Alright. And Athrei now rises as a vampiric Revenant. Well, too late. You failed to stop them. They're dead now. Game over. Alright, that's like the midnight scenario. Try to stop them. So, obviously, like as the thing progresses, if you hide that, so you start with this, but eventually as things get worse and worse, if the hunters aren't able to stop it, then you click on forward and stuff happens. But say hunters manage to stop the revenant from feeding on a tree. Okay, so you simply go in here and say hunters find revenant and fight, protecting a tree. Wow, that happened. Wow, they managed to thwart this thing off. Now, like, dusk becomes a different thing. Maybe the revenant is now angry. It's going to chase after the hunter. Think on the fly. Make your own countdowns. Do it. All right, so this is what the final mystery looks like. We got Vampiric Revenant, we got the mystery concept, Vampiric Revenant, we got Murder of Ravens, we got Atreyu, we got Paul, we got Carl, we got Tucky Ranch, we got Stormbrains, add more, we got a countdown that's really neat. If you want, you can put the countdown up here next to the monster so you can easily track that. It's up to you. All of the reference material, like how to create a mystery, are all here regarding all the information, all the stuff, all of them are in this handy dandy reference section. So cool. That's how you create a mystery. Slap on some big information here, like you have the keeper's note that this mystery is written for a small party, etc., etc., etc. You can motivate good play like using gas mask or tracking or sunlight, etc., etc. Slap on a picture in here of a spoopy boy, like these boys, doesn't matter, just like a good spoopy boy, and just save it, and boom, you have your dead vampire walking. That's how you create a mystery. Sorry it took so long, but it kind of had to. All right. Now you have created your mystery. You have set up your character sheet. You put the dead vampire walking here, etc. Cool. Very nice. Now, where's your players? You need players, right? You just you, you need them players. So okay, cool. So let me reload this page, and you'll see the my first monster of the week game is right here. Okay, cool, cool. There's no players. So if you know players like from other places, like your other online communities or your friendos or etc., you can invite them using this link. They click on this link and they are immediately added as a player to this game. They can immediately log in and launch, and you can assign character sheets, which we'll go over. But say you don't have players, you can use Roll20's inbuilt looking for group section. So looking for player. So we need to create what is called a LFG listing. All right. So create LFG listing for my first monster of the week game. Cool. Okay. So yeah. So this draws information from the game detail page. These are separate. This is the game detail page, which has stuff here. This is the LFG post, which is different because here you can choose stuff like how frequent does the game happens, what's the audio visual component, text only, voice, video and voice, what's the primary language, whether new players are welcome, whether mature content is here, whether it's pay to play, whether it is pickup game, etc. And this just copies from over there, but this is the description for the LFG. Post stuff for advertising your game, and I'm making so many mistakes. Advertising your game and gathering players. Write an attractive advertisement stuff. And listing status is not shown because first you have to specify how many players you need. So if you need 4 players, just put in 5 because it also includes the GM. Numlock is off. Cool. And lastly, the listing status will be shown because the next game time is not set. The moment you set this next game time here, it will automatically go live. So we're not going to do that for obvious reasons because it's not a real thing. Okay. So let's stop there. And now you'll see why I had this test game like preset, because this is where we explain how to assign character sheets to a player. You see I have 2 players here already. This is my test game for testing various nonsense. We have Janine and we have Influx. Let's launch the game and let's assign some character sheets. I recorded this video last night, but the recording was a mess, so I deleted it and I'm recording it again. So let me delete these characters again. Cool. All right. So these are folders I specifically created. Don't worry about that, and also don't worry about that thing. Just don't worry about it. All right. So we're gonna create a character sheet. So we have two players, Janine and Influx. So we're gonna go over Janine's hunter. Cool. And obviously you want Janine to be able to control this hunter, right? So like write the information about them, see their character sheet. Well, make it so. Okay. So once you do that, Janine actually can't see this yet. You want to know why? Because it's not available in their journal. You need to make sure Janine can actually see this, otherwise they won't be able to see this. You as a GM can always see this, but in order for them to see it, you need to either have their name or all players, otherwise they can't see it. Once you do that, you will see a dot, a colored dot appear on the right. Boom. Now they can see. And they can go around. So say they want to play, say, the professional. Cool. Now they're a professional. Nice. All right. Next up is influx character. Cool. So, character. Thank you. Can be edited by influx. All right. Now suppose we want every player to be able to see this character sheet. Cool. So you just put all player. That gives a blue dot. Blue dot means every player can see it. Other color dot means only specific players can see it. So if you actually go into Janine's hunter and add like a Flux's name, you'll see the two dots appear instead of like the blue dot. All right, that's what it means. All right, now say they play something like say they play the Sergeant. Cool, done. So what does it mean when someone has edit and someone has view? So right now, Influx's character sheet can be seen by Janine because we've specified all players. However, Janine's name is not here in the edit control section, which means Janine can only see the bio and info tag, bio and info page. So this is the only part seen by Janine. Cool. These two tabs are just invisible. They don't even see it. They just aren't there. So they only see this, and these two are blank. Okay? That's what it means when you have edit capability. Edit means you can see these two tabs. If your name is not in edit, you cannot see these two tabs. Okay? That's what it means to assign characters. Now you can just drag and drop them in the corresponding folders, and boom, you're done assigning characters. Cool. Next step, last step, how it all comes together, how it looks like in the end. And we have my ongoing game of Mysteries of the Sand, which is an ancient Egypt monster of the week game. It is ongoing. Playlist, YouTube playlist for this game in the video description if you want to follow along. I don't know why you would, but if you want to. So as you can see, it's like 2 days later from now. Okay, so this is what the game page looks like. Yes, my players. We have the concept of a game. We've specified what playbooks are allowed, and we have also given some download links. One's to the evilhat.com website, another is to a Drive PDF, which simply combines all the freely available PDFs at the website into a single PDF. That's it. In the website, it's in two PDFs. I didn't like constantly switching PDFs. And this is the LFG post. It's currently not shown because I have all the players, because the required number of player spots has been filled. Cool. So that's why we don't have anything there. But this is what the LFG looks like, and you can see why it's different. So we have a weekly game, it's voice only, it's English, and new players are welcome because some of these players, actually many of these players are newcomers to Monster of the Week as a whole. As you can see, there's a lot of difference. Like, this is just a small description. This is a big description because I put this out there for players to see and gauge interest and stuff. So concept of the game, description of Monster of the Week. If you're totally new, this is important if you want new players. Description of myself, a brief description of why I want to play this and who am I. playbooks allowed, previous experience, how will we play, and how do you contact me, etc., etc. That's it. Cool. So this is what a general the game looks like, and now we're going to quickly go launch the game to just show you what happens. Now, I haven't yet used the mystery creator, so I don't have any mysteries written down like that I just created with the Dead Vampire Rising mystery, but I can still show you what the game is supposed to like look like. So, for example, this is the default screen. So yeah, it's an old game. So like, sorry, it's set in old times. So it's like ancient Egypt and stuff, like all very old and stuff. We have like the first mystery was a Minotaur. This like a very crudely hand-drawn map. The second mystery was an Ifrit, like a fire monster, fire udu. Victim names. The sixth mystery, I had other mysteries. I just overwrote them. It took place at the Sphinx, where a mini kaiju was released. They're pretty big. You can see the direct comparison of the sizes. It's pretty big. And yeah, that's kind of. And our recently finished mystery was a werewolf boy, a very chonky, furry boy. So this is what the journal tabs looks like here. So we have like the beginning of mystery thing. We have the player characters here. We have the NPCs. We have monsters and critters. So here's the mini kaiju, kind of big, not too big, but kind of big, dino big. We got some gear suggestions for like as handouts. These are handouts with just a picture, just explaining these are pictures. So just explaining what these moves are. That's all. So you have our basic moves, basic word moves, other rules, etc., etc., etc. And that's what a finally prepared game looks like. All right. So that's it. We've been going for 46 minutes, so I tried to make this shorter, but I guess it really isn't. It is like a very involved um, tutorial video. So I hope that helped. I hope you now you are now more confident about setting up Monster of the Week in Roll20. If you want to do it yourself, or if you want some friend to do it, you can just send them to this video. Give me your comments and feedback in the video description, if you sorry, in the comment section below. Relevant links to all the credit websites and stuffs are in the video description, along with my playlist if you want to follow along. Whatever. What's the last thing I wanted to, right, your comments and feedback. If you have any questions, if you have any clarifications, if you have any confusion, comment section right there. Ask me stuff. I'll get back to you. And that's it. Thank you for tuning in. I hope this tutorial helps you or your friend, and I hope you have a good time playing Monster of the Week. It is one of the best games I've ever played, and it is phenomenal. And you should try it if you're remotely into this sort of fiction. I'm Oni. Thank you for tuning in, and till next time, keep on fighting them monsters and having a great time while doing it. Bye now.